You know that familiar feeling when the holiday season rolls around, the endless questions about Christmas plans, who's hosting, what gifts to buy, the pressure to be merry. But deep down, you find yourself secretly wishing for a quiet evening, a cancelled gathering, a peaceful solitude. And then, a wave of profound relief washes over you when it happens, immediately followed by a quiet, persistent guilt. You've carried this feeling for years, perhaps even decades, believing there's something inherently wrong with preferring the gentle rhythm of your own company over the clamour of forced cheer. There are people who've spent a lifetime navigating these unspoken expectations, trying to explain a preference that society labels as antisocial or lonely. For them, the absence of a bustling social calendar isn't a loss. Sometimes, it's a deliberate choice, a safeguarding of their inner world, a preserving of their precious energy from people who take more than they give. After years of trying to enjoy crowded rooms, they've learned their home is their true sanctuary. Why does this quiet relief feel so profoundly right to you when it seems so wrong to everyone else? What if this isn't a flaw, but a specific way your mind processes connection, energy, and meaning? There's a psychology behind this, a wisdom that Henry David Thoreau understood deeply when he spoke of living deliberately. And once you understand it, everything about your life starts to make sense. Let me explain what's actually happening. For many, the holiday season is a whirlwind of forced smiles and small talk, a relentless performance that leaves them utterly exhausted. They watch others seemingly thrive in the chaos, effortlessly moving from one gathering to the next, and wonder why their own spirit recoils from such demands. This isn't a lack of love for others, nor a sign of being broken. It's a deep, intrinsic need for a different kind of connection, one that begins within. It's a call for a profound sense of peace that external noise simply cannot provide. A yearning for a quiet that nourishes rather than drains. What if this isn't a flaw? What if it's a design? A design for a life lived with a high internal self-presence, where the most profound conversations happen in the quiet corners of their own minds. Their hearts don't beat faster in crowds. They beat steadier in silence, finding a rhythm that nourishes their peace. This isn't about avoiding life. It's about living it deliberately, choosing quality over quantity in every interaction, every moment. They are not trying to escape the world. They are trying to truly inhabit their own. This quiet preference, this deep yearning for solitude, is often the first sign of a soul seeking its true sanctuary. It's a subtle recalibration, a turning inward to find the energy that the external world so readily consumes. This preference for solitude, this quiet relief, is often misunderstood. Society glorifies constant social engagement, implying that a full calendar equals a full life. But for these individuals, a full life is found in the clarity that only solitude can offer. It's in the freedom to simply be, without the constant pressure to perform or to justify their existence. They are not broken. They are simply wired to find their energy and their truth in a different space. They are private persons, not antisocial, carefully guarding their inner world from the constant demands of a world that often misunderstands the value of silence. This isn't a deficiency. It's a sophisticated form of self-awareness, a deep understanding of what truly allows them to breathe. It's a quiet strength, cultivated over years, that allows them to navigate a noisy world without losing themselves in its clamour. But here's the interesting part. It wasn't always this way. I remember someone telling me once, after years of trying to enjoy crowded rooms, that they felt like an alien. They'd spend hours preparing for a social event, meticulously choosing an outfit, rehearsing small talk, only to feel their energy draining the moment they walked in. The laughter felt loud, the conversation superficial, and the constant need to be on was utterly exhausting. They carried a quiet guilt for years, perhaps even decades, believing that their preference for their own company was a defect, a sign that they were somehow less capable of joy or connection. They saw others effortlessly mingling, and a silent question echoed in their minds. Why can't I be like that? This wasn't a fleeting thought. It was a persistent whisper that eroded their self-acceptance. A burden carried through countless holiday seasons, each one a reminder of a perceived inadequacy. I spent years thinking I was broken too. I'd watch people around me make plans, text constantly, and I'd wonder, why don't I want that? Why does the thought of a quiet evening at home, with a book or a simple meal, feel like a profound gift, a sanctuary for my soul? This isn't about being antisocial. It's about a deep need for peace, a safeguarding of inner resources that are easily depleted by the external world. After decades of feeling different, of trying to force myself into molds that never fit, I learned that my true strength lies in embracing my authentic self. This wasn't a sudden revelation, but a slow, deliberate unfolding, a quiet rebellion against societal norms. It was the realization that my home was not a place of isolation, but a fortress of comfort and freedom. It was a journey of self-discovery, where every quiet moment became a step closer to understanding the true rhythm of my own being. Their trait wasn't a flaw. It was a compass pointing them towards their true north, a life of peace, freedom, and clarity. This isn't a loss of social life. It's a gain of inner richness. While others fear missing out, they've discovered the joy of opting out, of choosing a life that truly resonates with their deepest needs. This quiet contentment, this deliberate choice, is also a way of living. It's a testament to the wisdom gained after years of trying to conform, a profound understanding that true fulfillment comes from within, not from external validation. They've learned that their own company is not a void to be filled, but a wellspring of inspiration and rejuvenation. This deliberate choice to cultivate their inner world is a powerful act of self-preservation, a quiet revolution against the relentless demands of a noisy world. It's a declaration of self-sovereignty, a refusal to be swayed by the superficial glitter of constant social engagement. There's a psychology behind this that most people never understand. These individuals often possess a heightened sense of introspection, a profound empathy, and a rich inner world that makes superficial interactions feel like a chore. They are not missing out. They are choosing to engage with life on a deeper, more meaningful level. The world says, you should socialize more. But the truth is, they are already deeply connected to their thoughts, their feelings, and their own unique perspective. They are not running from connection. They are running toward a more authentic, less draining form of it. This isn't a sign of weakness, but of a finely tuned sensitivity, a capacity for depth that many others simply don't possess. Their minds are constantly processing, observing, and reflecting, making the external noise of social gatherings feel like an unwelcome interruption to their rich internal dialogue. Life's greatest thinkers and artists, from Thoreau himself to countless others, were often like this. They understood that true creativity and profound insight often emerge from periods of sustained solitude. For them, social gatherings, especially during the holidays, can feel like a performance, a draining exercise in maintaining a persona that doesn't quite fit. After decades of trying to enjoy crowded rooms, of forcing smiles and feigning interest, they've realized that their energy is a finite resource and they've earned the right to protect it. They've learned that their inner world is a vast landscape, far more captivating than any crowded room. This isn't about being antisocial. It's about being a private person, carefully guarding their peace from the constant demands of a world that rarely understands the value of silence. They are not running from connection. They are running toward a deeper, more authentic form of it, often found in the quiet corners of their own homes, where their soul can truly breathe. This is their form of rebellion, a quiet assertion of their true nature in a world that often tries to mold them into something they are not. Still, here's a curiosity. What are they protecting themselves from? It's not a simple avoidance of people. It's a complex interplay of psychological needs, honed over years of experience and deep self-awareness. First, there's an emotional and neurological reason. Their systems are easily exhausted and drained by excessive stimulation. The constant chatter, the bright lights, the forced cheer of holiday gatherings can overload their senses, leaving them feeling numb and utterly depleted. This isn't a weakness, it's a sensitivity, a finely tuned instrument that requires quiet to function optimally. Imagine a delicate sensor constantly bombarded with noise. It eventually shuts down. Their brains are wired for depth, not for constant, superficial breadth. This is why the idea of a Christmas unplanned brings such a profound sense of relief. It's not a choice against others, but a choice for self-preservation, a conscious act of protecting their inner equilibrium. Second, there's a relational reason, tied to trust and vulnerability. For them, social interaction often feels like a performance, a chore where they must constantly monitor their words and actions to avoid judgment. They've spent years, perhaps a lifetime, trying to fit in, trying to be what others expected, only to find that genuine connection is rare. They've learned that their peace is best preserved when they control the narrative of their own lives, rather than constantly reacting to external demands. Here's a secret they rarely say out loud. They often find more genuine connection with their pets. Their dog doesn't judge their silence. Their cat doesn't drain their energy. These animal companions offer unconditional acceptance, a comfort that is often absent in human interactions, making their home a true sanctuary. It's a bond built on authenticity, free from the pretense and expectations that often accompany human relationships. Third, there's a reason of genuine preference for peace and sanctuary. Their home is their fortress, a safe haven where they can truly breathe. It's a space where they can engage in activities that genuinely recharge them, reading, creating, simply existing in quiet contemplation. This isn't about being lonely, it's about choosing solitude, a deliberate act of self-preservation and self-discovery. They are not running away from connection. They are running toward a deeper, more authentic form of it, often found in the quiet corners of their own homes. This is the joy of opting out, a profound understanding that their inner world is rich enough to sustain them, offering a clarity that the external world rarely provides. This isn't a choice born of fear, but of profound self-knowledge, a wisdom cultivated over decades. It's a conscious decision to prioritize their well-being, to honor their unique needs, and to create a life that truly resonates with their soul. If you are someone who feels relief when plans are cancelled, who cherishes the quiet of your own company, and who has carried the guilt of this preference for years, let me shift for a moment and speak directly to you. Not about you, to you. What if nothing is wrong with you? What if the world needs more people like you? People who understand the profound value of stillness, of quiet contemplation, of a life lived deliberately. I spent years thinking I was broken. I'd watch people around me laugh in groups, make plans, text constantly, and I'd wonder, why don't I want that? Why does the thought of a quiet evening at home, with a book or a simple meal, feel like a profound gift, a sanctuary for my soul? This isn't about being antisocial. It's about a deep need for peace, a safeguarding of inner resources that are easily depleted by the external world. After decades of feeling different, of trying to force yourself into social roles that never truly fit, you've learned that your true strength lies in embracing your authentic self. Thoreau understood that living deliberately is a state of mind, a conscious choice to align your life with your deepest values. At 50, 60, 70, you've earned the right to choose peace, to honor your own rhythm, and to build a life that truly nourishes your soul. You've spent enough time performing, enough time feeling the drain of superficial interactions. Now, it's your time to reclaim your freedom, to find comfort in your own company, and to cultivate a life of profound clarity. This isn't selfish. It's an act of profound self-care, a wisdom earned through a lifetime of experience. You are not broken, you are simply built differently, and that difference is a source of immense strength. It's a testament to your resilience, your capacity for self-love, and your unwavering commitment to living a life of genuine meaning. And now, it's time to talk directly to you. Maybe you are one of these people. It doesn't mean you never get lonely, but it means your solitude is chosen, not imposed. It's a sanctuary, a safe haven where you can truly be yourself. This isn't laziness, it's rest. It's the oxygen your soul needs to breathe. This quiet time, this deliberate withdrawal, gives strength. It allows for clarity, for creativity, for a deeper connection with your own inner wisdom. While others fear missing out, you've discovered the joy of opting out, of choosing freedom over the performance of social obligation. You've learned that your own company is not a burden, but a source of profound comfort. There is something important still waiting to be said about this, about the quiet power you hold, a power that has been misunderstood for far too long. Let's go deeper into the psychology. This preference for solitude is often a sophisticated form of energy management. You understand that your social battery drains quickly, and you've learned to protect it. This isn't a flaw, it's a finely tuned awareness of your own energetic boundaries. It's also about trust and vulnerability. After a lifetime of performing socially, you've become discerning about who you allow into your inner world, choosing depth over superficiality. You've learned that true connection is rare, and your peace is too precious to be squandered on interactions that don't genuinely nourish your spirit. Furthermore, it speaks to a complex inner life. You don't need constant external stimulation because your internal landscape is rich and vibrant. You find clarity and depth in your own thoughts, in your own reflections, a world within that is endlessly fascinating and fulfilling. And finally, it's about control over your environment. Your home is your sanctuary, a space where you can create the conditions for your own peace. Sometimes the reason they love their quiet home is because the world once disappointed them, leaving them exhausted and drained. To protect your peace is emotional wisdom, a lesson learned after a lifetime of performing socially. Henry David Thoreau, in his deliberate retreat to Walden Pond, exemplified this, seeking a life stripped of societal pressures to find true meaning, a life of profound simplicity and inner richness. He understood that true wealth lay not in possessions or social standing, but in the freedom to live authentically, in harmony with one's deepest self, a freedom you are now claiming for yourself. Picture this: you're standing at your window, a gentle rain falling outside, or perhaps the soft glow of Christmas lights from a distant house. You're watching life continue, the world bustling with its demands, its expectations. Society glorifies constant activity, as if stillness is failure. But for you, this quiet moment, this serene observation, is a profound success. Rest is part of growth. Stillness is part of clarity. Your cat, curled beside you, understands more than most people ever will. This isn't about missing out. It's about the joy of being present in your own life, in your own space. It's about the quiet, profound quality of self-companionship, a treasure you've cultivated over years. It's the peace you've earned, the freedom to simply exist without external demands, a sanctuary built within your own company. This is the essence of living deliberately, a life rich in meaning, free from the noise and expectations of others, a life that truly belongs to you. You are not strange for preferring the quiet of your own Christmas. You are not antisocial. You are not broken. You are not alone in feeling this way. You are building a life that doesn't exhaust you, a life filled with peace, freedom, and profound meaning. You've earned this peace after decades of trying to fit in, of carrying the guilt of your true nature. You are finally allowing yourself to breathe. You are choosing solitude as a source of strength, not as a prison. You are embracing your authentic self, a private person who finds comfort and clarity in the sanctuary of your home. This isn't a retreat from life. It's a deeper engagement with it, on your own terms, a testament to the wisdom you've accumulated over a lifetime. One day, you will look back and realize that this journey, this quiet path you chose, was the most authentic expression of who you are, not because you were forced to, but because you chose to. You chose peace. You chose clarity. You chose your sanctuary. And in doing so, you found a profound sense of belonging, not in the crowd, but within yourself, a deep and unwavering connection to your own soul. If this resonates with you, if you want to go even deeper into understanding how to transform your solitude into strength, there's more waiting for you here. Another conversation, another layer, just for you. This is Alone Together, a quiet corner of the internet for people who choose solitude over half-hearted connections. If you're here, you're not broken, you're just built differently, and you're not alone in being alone.